I think it's because for myself as a viewer, when I see the film, I feel the intention of the novel and the beauty of the novel is more completely realized in a more whole way. That the other film had certainly beautiful parts, but there were definitely sections that should not have been missing. And I feel that the effect of the music with that beautiful song that Stevie Wonder sings, Stay Gold, is more enhanced by the contrast of other types of source music that show what the actual kids in the story were listening to rather than just a sort of overimposed romantic score. So I feel that the film achieves its goal better in this version than it did in the previous cut. Well, I think the new restoration shows The Outsiders, the complete novel, in photographic terms, far more beautiful than the original was because of the benefits of the restoration, the 4K. You know, you can improve by virtue of the amount of resolution and quality, but the beauty of the photography has to be there. And in this case, the photographer was Stephen Burham, who was actually a colleague from my UCLA film school, and such a fine person and talented person and knowledgeable person. I mean, I think Steve Burham in later life was actually one of the reviser of the holy book of photography, which is the ASC Cinematographer's Manual. And Steve Burham has forgotten uh, stuff about cinematography that I'll never know. That's my regard for him is so high. I used to call him the General Bradley of that whole operation because he was reliable with a vision, and he is the one responsible for this beautiful photography, which is only more enhanced by what we did in the new technology available for 4K and higher resolution and Blu-ray and the extraordinary opportunities now in theaters to see a movie. So his work is only better expressed by virtue of this new version. All films come with their anxiety because you're working against a schedule, and it's a little bit like running on a railroad track in front of a locomotive. In other words, if you trip, if you make a mistake, if you're a little too slow, the locomotive will run over you. And of course, most of the movies I've ever made, I've had that anxiety of, oh, hoping I can get what I've intend to accomplish in that day in the day, and not have to either sacrifice it, which is to say just not even try to shoot it, or get what was a vision in the picture. And different scenes present their own difficulties. I remember the scene of the church, burning church, with the little children escaping from the church was, for some reason, very difficult to get, and I was very worried and not sure of, basically if I was doing it well. In terms of the opposite of that, of a scene that I felt really good about, any scene that had Diane Lane in it was a joy. As a little kid, I saw her in a movie, I think it was called A Little Romance, where she was just 8 or 9 years old and played a beautiful role in a film in which Laurence Olivier was also. And whenever she was present on the set, it was my favorite scene. I must say that about her. She just was a most lovely, talented, kind, and gracious young person, and a pleasure to have in that movie. Also, I had my own daughter, Sophia, who in those days when she was in a film always wanted to be called Domino for some reason I don't understand. And she's in The Outsider. She's in the scene where Matt Dillon and the boys are fugitives, and they're sort of running away from the law, and they're trying to get a Dairy Queen. And two little girls, one with the sort of buck teeth, comes up and says, "Hey, mister, you got a dime?" And they say, "Get it, beat it, beat it, beat it." And they say, "No, we need one more dime to get an ice cream. Do you got a dime?" And he said, "No, I got." And then when the two little kids are chased away, Matt Dillon says, "That was a close call." That was Sophia, who was the little girl who wanted a dime.
You sure?
Could you please go away? We're busy here. Could you go away?
You have a dime?
Go away! Get out of here! That was a close call.